Indiana Jones. It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute, the podcast in which we celebrate and discuss the film Raiders of the Lost Ark 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor.
I'm Pete Mummert.
I'm Jerry Porter.
And we're joined again, finally, for the last day of the week by our good friend and Jer's sister, Christy Porter. Welcome back.
Hello.
That sounded nuts. I don't understand the ways that professors do things. We are here to discuss minute 25 of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and minute 25 begins with Marion Ravenwood taking a shot and ends with her collecting her winnings and shutting the party down.
Well, I would like to point out that this minute begins with piece of evidence number 15.
Oh,
this is a Han Solo fever dream while he's encased in carbonite. If you notice, the woman who is standing next to Marion is dressed exactly like Wicket the Ewok.
That is not even true.
Are you sure
I gotta go with Pete on this one.
That's disloyal.
It is. I knew I recognized her from somewhere. And I couldn't place it, and that's perfect.
And she's actually played by Warwick Davis.
She is not. It's not true. You totally made it up. Carbonate nothing. Oh, she is. Oh, I'll be darned.
I am finding that I have a hard time understanding exactly how this drinking contest works. The guy finishes his drink. He's feeling fine. He puts his drink down. Marion drinks hers. She looks like she's not going to make it. Everyone's like, But then she recovers and puts her drink down. Then the other guy drinks his, collapses. He seems fine, but then he collapses. Then shouldn't Marion then drink her drink? Because right now that guy's had one more drink than she has. So,
no.
No?
No, because not if she started.
Oh my gosh!
She started. Then he had to match her.
This has been driving me nuts for decades.
Me too.
And I was chomping at the bit, and I had to try so hard to not interrupt and be like, yeah. Because he clearly, when the referee puts Mohan, the referee puts the we'll call it the whiskey or whatever it is down, the suds, then that guy goes first. It's obviously a whole new round.
Right.
And so I had thought and of course Marion has to drink it, and if she were to pass out, you're like, it's a tie.
Right.
But I thought maybe it'd be a push because maybe she gets home court advantage.
Well, the other thing is when she starts to, when it looks like she's not going to make it, like she's going to pass out or something, you see a lot of money changing hands, like in the foreground. Mm-hmm. But then she's like, Pastade! And she pulls it together, and it's like the Hulk Hogan in WrestleMania where she just refines her new strength again. And she wins, but there's no evidence of that money getting retraded back to the people who shouldn't have traded in the first place and stuff. So I'm worried that the accounting here is way off and people are getting ripped off.
Well, that just shows that you don't know anything about drinking games.
I admit
she
it.
clearly just won. She just won. That's it. She won, and everybody got their money.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Well, see, all of a sudden I'm wondering, I've always wondered what pastare means, but maybe it means, I lost. I actually lost.
I give up.
That's why
I'm going to throw up.
Money back.
I'm going to lose it.
Don't think so. Don't think so.
Well, maybe it's just like a raw dog type event. And it's it doesn't matter who goes first. It's whoever passes out first loses.
Sure.
Or maybe if it's it is 1936. Maybe it's a little bit like golf where they have a men's tee off and then a ladies tee off.
Hey.
So, it's
so you're saying he has a handicap? Is that what
she
you're
might
saying?
have a handicap? Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think it's,
so
and I don't
either.
think it's like the the National Spelling Bee either. That like if somebody like misses their word, you have to spell like another word, and or spell their word plus your word or so forth. I don't think you have to win by 2 or anything.
Is that what
pretty
happens
Well,
in
the
the
one dude
spelling
had
bee?
a whole shot more than she did.
No,
Yeah.
she started.
She didn't
I
start.
don't think she's. Yeah, really, it doesn't
she
seem
didn't
like she
start.
started.
I think maybe she did.
Although you can't really argue with the guy being passed out and her still standing, I guess.
Yeah,
But it
and then
seems like she
she's
should have had to take-
fine.
Yeah.
I think it's either a ladies' tea type thing, where it's like a handicap, or maybe it's just house rules.
Yeah,
where
I think you're
kinda
just
like-
sexist. Why don't you just say it?
Well, it's
You're just sexist.
1936 or
He's
early
allowed to be.
1937.
Or depending on
early
how long it took to
37.
get there. Huh. You think they had Christmas or already? No?
I think
Okay.
that's what all the hat wearing was for.
Yeah.
That guy, if you look, her adversary in the drinking game is bedecked in a gorgeous sort of green and red plaid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
festive.
yeah.
Quite festive. Quite festive. It's gorgeous.
Although, I don't know if they have, back 1936, how many Christians are up in the remote mountain villages. I'm sure some, maybe missionaries.
That's
that?
probably what the English and Australian guy are doing there.
Oh,
Yeah.
you hear the British guy again. You hear, you hear him go, as the opponent is slowly fat-fingeredly reaching for his drink. You hear, "Give him spice, give him spice."
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's my favorite part of the movie.
Like
Yeah.
reminiscent of Spice Mines of Kessel.
Exactly.
No.
Give him spice.
Nothing like that.
Dump
Nothing.
the spice. Here comes an Imperial cruiser.
Well, I was wondering and Chris, or you mentioned you didn't see to be that many women there, but are the women obviously the Ewok woman is clearly voting. She's got her money behind Marion on the contest.
That's
But I
true.
was like, I wonder, is it divided by gender?
No, there aren't enough women.
Although it doesn't look like there are any women on the guys' side, but it does seem like there are a bunch of guys on Marion's side.
yeah. There's a couple of women, and one of them is dressed like a nun, not the one who's dressed like a woman or an Ewok. Sorry, but
Same
there's
thing.
another one that looks like a nun. So I would like to. Maybe that's the missionary. Who knows? Could be. Yep. It made me very, very nervous to watch this as a kid. Very nervous because his hands, he can't do it, and that he's going to be sick and it's going to be awful and so forth. And she's okay. It's kind of like if people get shot and they fall down and like there's no blood, everybody's fine. I mean, they stop moving, sure, but there's no blood, it's okay. But that guy was way too graphic for me, and and he can't pick up the glass. It's all very upsetting.
Yeah, he's got neurological damage.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
Yeah.
It's his brain shutting down, saying you're too dumb to do it yourself.
Well, fortunately, we can remove the top of his skull like they did in that, Leica ad, the Leica camera ad.
With
For
any
the last-
luck, Indy pocketed that issue of the magazine when he got off the plane.
That's
so,
right.
so I actually counted, and it looks like he had 13 drinks.
Oh, interesting. Could you count
just-
hers?
In that round.
Yeah, maybe it just in that round.
I have no idea. Like, is that a lot? I don't know. Are you like?
Let's say it's a lot.
All right.
I'm totally lost. Like, I did that with Mountain Dew years ago. But
Don't. I put Sprite in it. That's disgusting.
At the end of this minute, she stands up so calmly. And
That's what I was going to
She's
say.
fine.
Yeah, is she faking? Is she faking this whole thing? Is this a trick, or is she really been? Can she drink like crazy?
yeah, maybe it's like a superpower of hers. I mean, Tom, you mentioned the Hulk Hogan WrestleMania. She's got a second wind.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, I wonder, might this come in handy later in the movie?
Could be. You
Could
think
be,
seeds are being
foreshadowing.
planted?
Yeah, she can drink like a freaking sponge.
Sponges don't drink, honey.
So does that mean that she was faking almost passing out just to make it more exciting?
Yep, and I think Mohan actually was passing her fizzy lifting drinks or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't really alcohol. I think Mohan.
Yeah, that's what I
He
think
pays
too.
him off, and she's not really drinking alcohol because she's like 95 pounds soaking wet. So no.
Yeah.
She's
I like
a cheat.
it.
She's just a cheat. Although that never occurred to me back in the day, so I have to say I'm just thinking of it now. Maybe she's a cheat. Anybody think she's a cheat?
I think she's a cheat.
You think she's a cheat?
No, come on.
You know what, Mohan? It looks like Mohan is her employee.
Yeah.
And although a lot of us would love to poison the boss, I don't know. I don't know. I think you might be right. She might be getting the Perrier. You know.
I don't know.
I also don't think this is the first contest these guys have had.
No, this seems like it's Thursday. They're doing their thing. It's like Thursday night drink off or something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's faking it, like you said, kind of build up. It's like, it's slow in the town, and there's not a lot going on, and it's like, let me spice it up a little
Give the kids a show.
Yeah, let's give the kids a show. Oh, I'm wobbling.
Oh no, I might not make it, everybody.
Sitting around the holographic chessboard.
What? No.
Is anybody gonna say Mohan Solo?
Ha ha ha. No.
All right.
Let's see. That puts us at number 17.
Yeah. There's a vanity plate.
That's a deep cut. Yeah, not much happens in this minute besides two people taking shots and one of them falling over. So we might as well take this time to ask our guest. You've been with us for a week, Chriser. Why are you here? What is it about Raiders of the Lost Ark that you love so much?
It's like remember when Michelangelo had made fabulous sculptures and so forth, and he said, "Well, I'm just letting the person out of the block of marble."
Yeah.
And I stop because the person's free from the block of marble. That's why.
Well, Pete, where can people get in touch with us?
Christy, I have "love you" written on my eyelids right now.
What a quinky dink. All right.
Well, what was it? Do you remember the first time? What was it like when you saw it as a kid?
So that would have been Dad taking us to the theater, because I don't think Mom would have done that. It would have been like a Saturday matinee kind of a thing back in 1992. And I mean, that's actually what I was saying about Michelangelo. So it is the world's most perfect movie. And you don't want to add stuff. You don't want to subtract stuff. The music is perfect. The acting is perfect. The writing is perfect. And if you guys disagree, I don't want to know. Just shut up over there, because it's pretty much perfect. And, it was written and directed and acted, and it was released from the block of marble. And there is no more. That's, it's a living thing. It's perfect. You don't want to add. You don't want to take away.
That's hard to argue
Perhaps I'm
with.
not articulate. I'm actually far more articulate in lecture, but not right now. How's that?
Just pretend we're your students and we're in our underwear.
Yeah, you're Marcus Brody.
You're wearing your robe. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, without saying whether or not I agree with you, because of course I do.
Thanks.
How would I know? After years of knowing you, that you also have a fondness for Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes,
Where does this fit in with those in your mind?
Wow.
Is this better than both?
Like
or all?
Blowing my mind.
In the carbonate? Or
No. Pete, shh. No. So let's see. Which is better, Empire Strikes Back or Raiders of the Lost Ark? They really are perfect, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are perfect.
It's a cool question
got to
to
be.
even ask.
That's like
It
if you asked
is.
your mom if she likes you or Jerry better.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, actually, that's not like if you ask your mom if she likes you or Jerry better.
No, it's not like that at all. No, I'm very fond of Empire Strikes Back. It's kind of hard. Yeah. Maybe only because it came first. No, I'm very fond of this one. Very fond.
Mm.
All right. If you're so wise,
Yeah.
how come? Which one do you like better?
We've had versions of this discussion a couple of times on the show.
I voted Empire, but it is very close.
Yeah. We were talking with the Star Wars Minute guys last week, and Alex said that Raiders is just flat out just a better movie. It's better made, and it's better acted, and it's more of an adult movie, which is sort of true, even though it sounds like I know most adults would roll their eyes and go, what? I would think that this movie is more accessible to your run-of-the-mill Joe who's not like invested in Star Wars geekery or anything like that. I don't know. I don't want to answer. I can't. I will several times on this show, but I don't know.
I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is better than Empire Strikes Back.
Really? Okay, yeah. Is it better than Star Wars?
Ouch.
So you're saying Star Wars is better than
that's
Empire?
Hard.
I have to say, Jerry has like he's one of those people with that pure love of Star Wars where he actually sort of deep in his heart wishes that there had never been another Star Wars movie and that it had just been Star Wars, which I totally respect.
But there never would have been Carbonite. There never would have been an Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, Pete.
It never would have been. Well, I said Raiders of the Lost Ark, it feels, for some reason, I think I identified more in my fantasy brain with Dr. Jones. Yeah. He's a little bit more of a mess. That's what I say. It's like stuff, he kind of makes it up as he goes along, and, hopefully it works out.
You know why it might be a better movie, Raiders might be a better movie, is because, they were trying to capture something that had already been done, which is a really tough thing to do. And the Star Wars trilogy is science fiction, and it's hard to do those too. I get it, but it wasn't so much of a return to something that had already been done. These serialized adventure movies, so forth. It's pretty tough to replicate those sorts of things, or duplicate rather, not replicate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. They're pretty good movies.
It's like good. We win no matter what, because they're all good.
It's true. Good one. I never would have said that Empire Strikes Back is like Michelangelo, David,
Oh,
or
interesting.
David. Some people pronounce that David.
Well, I feel like saying it, you're like, well, he's got the Pietà and the David, and you're like, well, he's never going to do another thing again. He's like Sistine Chapel, motherfucker. And so that's kind of what these movies are like. Like he just keeps releasing, the figure from the block of marble again and again and again.
So by the time we get to Crystal Skull, this is going to be incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait. What you guys are talking about it? There's marble and movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, all right. Christopher, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thanks for having me on the podcast, guys. Big fun.
Thanks for coming.
It's been good. And you can come back anytime you want. Please.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Pete, how can everybody get in touch with us and tell us that they don't know what the Pietà is and they don't get how movies come out of marble?
Come join us at our Facebook page. We talk about all of these things. And join us at IndianaJonesMinute.com, where we talk about very little but David.
And please come back next week, where we will discuss more of Raiders of the Lost Ark right here on the Indiana Jones Minute.
Yep.
Give him spice! Give him spice!
Let me tell you about some things I know.
You guys are nerds.